A 74-year-old monk walks through the mist at Okuno-in Cemetery in Koyasan. Around him, 200,000 graves rest beneath cedars that have stood for 8 centuries. He moves slowly, deliberately. His spine is straight. His breathing is steady. When he sits down to eat, something happens that most doctors would call impossible for his age. His blood sugar stays stable all afternoon. No spike, no crash. No energy collapse at 3 o'clock. In America right now, 96 million people have prediabetes. 8 out of 10 don't even know it. And they're struggling with exactly what this monk does not. So what does he know? The answer isn't complicated. It's not a new drug. It's not an expensive supplement. It's 3 small practices woven into his day before and during every meal. The monks of Koyasan have been doing this for 1,200 years. And science is only now explaining why it works. Researchers studied the metabolic patterns of monks who've lived at Koyasan for decades. They measured fasting glucose. They measured post-meal spikes. They measured the hormones that control hunger and energy. What they found was striking. Men and women in their 70s and 80s maintained glucose stability that Western medicine expects you to lose after 40. No medications, no continuous glucose monitors. Just daily practices so integrated into their routine that they barely think about them. Meanwhile, in the West, the average American spends $16,752 per year managing blood sugar. That's medication, doctor visits, monitoring, complications. And it's still not enough for most people. The difference comes down to this. The monks didn't change their food. They changed when they eat it, and what they do before eating starts. Here's what happens in the next 15 minutes. You're going to see 3 rituals. The first one targets the exact same biological pathway that medications like acarbose do, but it comes from rice vinegar. The second one activates a mechanism inside your cells that mimics exercise, except it happens while you're sitting down with tea. And the third one activates a hormone that Ozempic tries to replicate for $900 a month. Halfway through, I'll show you why these 3 work better together than any single one alone. And by the end, you'll understand the ancient wisdom that explains why a 74-year-old in a mountain temple is healthier than most 50-year-olds taking medication. The first practice is called Komezu, rice vinegar. In the temples of Koyasan, it's everywhere. In the preparing of food, in the conditioning of vegetables, and consumed before the meal itself, diluted in cool water. This isn't Western vinegar. It's not meant to taste like salad dressing. Japanese rice vinegar has a gentler acidity, almost sweet. The monks drink it slowly, about 15 minutes before their main meal. Here's what happens inside your body when you do this. Your small intestine has an enzyme called alpha-glucosidase. This enzyme's job is to break down complex carbohydrates into glucose so your body can absorb them. It's essential. But when it works too fast, your blood sugar spikes. That spike is what makes you tired. It's what creates cravings. It's what slowly damages your blood vessels over decades. The acetic acid in rice vinegar doesn't destroy this enzyme. It slows it down. It's the same mechanism that pharmaceutical alpha-glucosidase inhibitors use. The same one. Just from nature instead of a lab. When the enzyme is slowed, glucose enters your bloodstream more gradually. Your pancreas doesn't have to overproduce insulin to handle a sudden surge. Your energy stays stable, no crash. Here's how to do it. Take 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. Mix it into 200 milliliters of water at room temperature. Drink it slowly over 3 to 4 minutes. Not fast, slow. Do this 15 to 20 minutes before your main meal. Many people ask, can I just use regular vinegar? No. Apple cider vinegar is harsher on your stomach and has a different acetic acid profile. The Japanese rice vinegar is gentler. That matters when you're doing this daily. What does it feel like? The taste is subtle, slightly sour but mellow. You'll feel a gentle warmth in your digestive system afterward. That's the acidity waking up your digestion. It's normal. That's working. Within 2 weeks of consistent practice, you'll notice something. That heaviness after lunch disappears. The time you usually want something sweet at 3 o'clock, that craving doesn't come. The most common mistake is doing too much, too fast. If you've never had rice vinegar before, start with 1 teaspoon, not 1 tablespoon. Mix it in 300 milliliters of water instead of 200. Give yourself 2 weeks to build tolerance. Your stomach will thank you. And if you have acid reflux or sensitive digestion, don't drink it straight. Use it as a dressing instead. Make sunomono, thin sliced cucumber, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, a pinch of salt, sesame seeds. Same active compound. Your stomach feels better. The effect is the same. One more thing. If you're taking diabetes medication, monitor your glucose more carefully the first 2 weeks. This works. It actually works. And when it does, your medication might start working too well. Talk to your doctor before you start. Tell them what you're doing. This first ritual is your foundation. Everything else builds on it. Once you've settled into the Komezu practice, you add the second ritual. Tea. But not any tea, green tea. Specifically, Sencha or Matcha from Japan. In the temples of Koyasan, green tea is ceremonial. It's offered at the altar before it's consumed. The monks drink it multiple times throughout the day, before meditation, between meals, in moments of rest. The ritual has roots going back 900 years. But the reason the monks do it consistently isn't just tradition. It's because of a molecule inside green tea called EGCG. EGCG is the most potent catechin in green tea. It does 3 things to your blood sugar simultaneously. First, it slows down the glucose transporters in your intestines, the physical doors that let sugar enter your bloodstream. Second, it activates a protein inside your cells called AMPK. This is the same protein that exercise activates. It's why green tea drinkers describe the sensation as a gentle, sustained energy. Not a spike, not a crash, just there. Third, green tea contains L-theanine, an amino acid that doesn't exist in other plants. This calms your nervous system. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. And chronic high cortisol directly raises your blood glucose. So you're hitting the problem from 2 angles. The research on this is strong. Japanese researchers followed 17,000 adults for 5 years. The ones who drank 6 or more cups of green tea daily had a 33% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. 33%. Now, here's the practical part. Most people mess this up. Brew your sencha or matcha at 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. Never boiling water. If you use boiling water, you destroy the EGCG and the L-theanine. That's the whole point, and now it's gone. Use 1 teaspoon of leaves for sencha, or 1 teaspoon of powder for matcha, in about 200 milliliters of water. Let it steep for 1 to 2 minutes. Nothing goes in it. No sugar, no milk, no honey. These don't hurt the compound, but they change how your body responds. Drink 2 cups a day, 1 mid-morning, 1 mid-afternoon. Space them between meals so the tannins don't interfere with your iron absorption if you're eating something iron-rich. What's the timeline? You won't feel dramatically different in a week, but within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice, something shifts. Your energy becomes more stable. You stop wanting that sugar at 3 o'clock. When you finally check your fasting glucose, it's lower than it was 2 months ago. The sensation is subtle. That's how you know it's working. It's not forcing anything. Your body is just remembering how to metabolize glucose efficiently. Now let me close the first loop I opened at the beginning. Remember when I said the first ritual works like diabetes medication? The studies are clear. A woman named Carol Johnston at Arizona State University published in Diabetes Care, one of the most respected journals in the field. She gave people a high-carbohydrate meal. Some got vinegar beforehand, some didn't. The ones who had the vinegar showed 34% lower glucose spikes. In diabetics, the people most sensitive to blood sugar dysregulation showed the biggest benefit. The mechanism is identical to pharmaceutical acarbose. Same pathway, same result, different source. That's the power of understanding how your body actually works. The third ritual is the one that costs nothing and might be the strongest of the three. It's called Yasai Kara, vegetables first. You eat the vegetables on your plate before you touch anything else. This is not a diet. You're not removing anything. You're not changing what you eat. You're changing the order you eat it in. In Koyasan, this happens automatically. The way the meal is structured, the way the dishes are presented, and the order they're consumed, it's been like this for 1,200 years. The vegetables come first. The protein comes second. The rice comes last. By the time you reach the rice, your body has already received important signals. A research team at Tohoku University studied this specifically. They took patients with type 2 diabetes and had them eat the same meal 2 different ways. One day, they ate the rice first. Another day, they ate the vegetables first. Everything else was identical. Same portion sizes, same total calories, same food, just different order. When the vegetables came first, the blood sugar spike was reduced by 29 to 38%. 29 to 38%. That's not marginal, that's significant. Here's how it works. When you eat vegetables first, the fiber creates a viscous layer in your small intestine. This layer physically slows down how quickly your intestines can absorb the carbohydrates that come later. It's not complicated, it's mechanical. Fiber is like a barrier. But there's also a hormonal component. Eating vegetables activates GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1. This is the hormone that Ozempic and Wegovy are designed to mimic. When you activate it naturally by eating vegetables first, your stomach empties more slowly. You feel satisfied sooner. You eat less rice without trying. And your glucose rises more gradually. Ozempic costs $900 a month. Vegetables are in your kitchen. The protocol is simple. Before every main meal, lunch and dinner, eat the vegetables on your plate first. All of them. Complete the vegetables before you move to the protein. Complete the protein before you reach the rice or bread. Each section takes about 2 to 3 minutes. This isn't rushed. This isn't a race. It's intentional eating. What counts as vegetables? Salad, cooked vegetables, vegetable soup, the green side of your plate. That's all. What doesn't count? Don't mix them. Don't eat a bite of vegetable, then a bite of rice, then back to vegetable. The sequence needs to be clean. Your digestive system responds to the sequence. That matters. What does it feel like? Most people notice within a few days that they're not as hungry mid-afternoon. The food coma after lunch disappears. You have energy at 3 o'clock. And here's the thing. It's not from willpower. You're not eating less. Your body is just responding to the signal you're sending it through the order of eating. It's teaching your glucose metabolism to work efficiently. Now here's the final loop I opened at the beginning. 1,200 years ago, the monks of Koyasan figured out that eating vegetables first activates the same biological mechanism, GLP-1, that the most expensive medication in the world is trying to replicate today. They didn't know about GLP-1. They didn't have the vocabulary. But they built it into the structure of every meal because they observed the effect. Modern medicine is trying to recreate what ancient practice already knew. Now, you can start with any of these three, but they work better together. Tier 1 is vegetables first. Do this alone, and you'll see a change within a week. No preparation, no cost, just order. Tier 2 adds the tea. Start this after you've settled vegetables first into your routine. 1 cup mid-morning, 1 cup mid-afternoon. Now you're hitting the problem from 2 angles. Tier 3 adds the rice vinegar ritual 15 minutes before your largest meal. Now all 3 are working together, each one reinforcing the other through different mechanisms. The timeline looks like this. First week of Tier 1. You notice the food coma is lighter. Energy dips less at 3 o'clock. First month. The vegetable first habit is automatic. You're not thinking about it anymore. Your cravings have shifted. You want less sugar. When you add Tier 2 and stay consistent for 6 weeks, your fasting glucose is lower. When you check it, maybe with a monitor or at your doctor's office, it's measurably different, usually lower by 5 to 15 milligrams per deciliter. When you add Tier 3, the effect compounds. Your afternoon energy is the steadiest it's been in years. 3 months in, your body has recalibrated. The glucose dysregulation that felt like your normal, the fatigue, the cravings, the afternoon energy crash. You realize that wasn't normal. That was your body struggling. Now it's not struggling anymore. This doesn't require a medical miracle. Your body already knows how to metabolize glucose. It's been 1,200 years since the monks figured this out, and nothing has changed about human biology since then. We're just reminding your body how it's supposed to work. Safety notes. All 3 are safe for essentially everyone. But if you have diabetes and take medication, tell your doctor. These work. And when they work, your medication might need adjustment. That's a good problem to have. Just handle it with medical supervision. If you have severe reflux, use the vinegar as a dressing, not as a drink. If you're sensitive to caffeine, switch your afternoon tea to mulberry leaf tea after 3 o'clock. Still has the glucose benefits. No caffeine. Sleep stays normal. And if you're taking blood thinners, the vitamin K in green tea is significant. Not dangerous, but worth mentioning to your doctor. Let me be clear about something. Western medicine isn't the villain in this story. Metformin works. Ozempic works. Continuous glucose monitors give you information you couldn't get before. These are genuine tools for genuine problems. But they address the symptom. The monks address the mechanism. You can take Ozempic, and your glucose comes down. And when you stop taking Ozempic, your glucose goes back up. You're dependent on it. The cost is $900 a month. The side effects include nausea, vomiting, weight loss that reverses when you stop. It's powerful, and it has real drawbacks. You can take metformin, and your glucose improves, and you're on it forever. $200 a month. Digestive side effects for some. It's managing the problem, not solving it. Or you can spend $15 a month on rice vinegar and green tea. Eat your vegetables first, and your body recalibrates itself. No medication, no dependence, no monthly payment to stay healthy. The difference isn't that one works and the other doesn't. It's that one teaches your body, the other just forces your glucose down. You don't have to start all 3 tomorrow. Today, this afternoon, look at your next meal. Before you touch anything else, eat the vegetables first. That's it. 1 meal. Notice how you feel. Tonight at dinner, do it again. Vegetables first. Observe. By tomorrow, you know if this feels natural or forced. For most people, it feels natural immediately. You're not removing anything. You're just rearranging. This week, do vegetables first at both lunch and dinner. Don't add anything else yet. When that feels automatic, around day 7, add the tea. Get some decent Japanese green tea. 1 cup mid-morning tomorrow. 1 cup mid-afternoon. When that's settled, around week 3, introduce the rice vinegar ritual. 15 minutes before your main meal, 1 tablespoon in 200 milliliters of water. Drink it slowly. By week 4, all 3 are running. You're spending maybe 20 minutes total per day on these practices. And your glucose, your energy, your afternoon clarity, it's different. These aren't new theories. They're old practices with new explanations. The monks didn't study biochemistry. They observed what happened when they did things in a certain order, and they kept doing it. Now you have the biochemistry. EGCG activates AMPK. Acetic acid inhibits alpha-glucosidase. Vegetables trigger GLP-1. The mechanisms are measurable. The results are predictable. You're not trying something experimental. You're doing what 1,200 years of monks have already tested. And the result is that 74-year-old in Okunoan who walks without pain, eats without glucose spikes, and lives with the physical stability that Western medicine says becomes impossible after 60. He's not an outlier. He's a representation of what consistent practice does. Your body doesn't forget how to metabolize. It just needs the right sequence to remember. If you've watched this far, you're the kind of person who thinks about health differently than the mainstream does. You don't want to manage disease for the rest of your life. You want to prevent it from happening. You don't want to depend on $900 medications. You want to understand the mechanisms and address them naturally. And you know that wisdom from other cultures isn't backward. It's just older. The monks of Koyasan have known this for 12 centuries. It's only in the last few years that Western science has caught up enough to explain why it works. The 3 rituals, rice vinegar, green tea, vegetables first, they're not complicated. They're not expensive. They're not time-consuming. What they require is consistency. That's the only real difficulty, not the practices themselves. Just showing up and doing them, day after day, until they become as automatic as breathing. And when they do, when you hit that point where you're not thinking about the order of your food anymore, because it's just how you eat now, when your afternoon energy becomes something you've stopped noticing because it's finally stable, that's when you realize that the 74-year-old in the mountain temple wasn't doing anything extraordinary. He was just doing the ordinary things that teach an ordinary body how to work the way it's supposed to. That same body is in you, right now. It's waiting for the right sequence to remember. Thank you for watching The Japanese Way. If this resonated with you, subscribe. Share this with someone who needs the reminder that aging doesn't mean decline. And tell me in the comments, which of these 3 will you start with? Most people choose vegetables first, but I'm curious what calls to you.